Hey everybody, it's the Doctor here with Typical Manga Fan, and this episode of the Typical Manga Review is going to be about Inside Mari, Boku wa Mari no Naka, Chapter 58, Cute! And we are on the Ferris wheel with Fumiko and her grandmother, and Fumiko's dialogue is... I get the idea that it's supposed to be like a little kid speaking, like sounding differently, but if that's the case, why is it in cursive? That seems... Anyway, Fumiko looks down and sees that the amusement park looks like a toy, like a big old toy set. And so they're having a good fun. Like, we kind of go in and out of Fumiko's point of view. Like, we see her running towards her dad, like just ramming into him in a hug, presumably. It's like, you know what? The amusement park looked like a toy, right, Grandma? Like, Mom, it was amazing.
And then we see someone who doesn't look like her mom as we know her today.
Yeah, that's...
long black hair, and we don't see anything. Look at the way they introduce her. They don't show her face, they show her body. Then they show the bottom half of her face, and then they show her entire face on the next page.
Yeah, actually, that is odd. I mean, like I said, I'd forgotten. It's been a while, and I haven't really looked at the old chapters, so I'd forgotten about the fact that in the present, Mari's mother has short, bright, lighter hair. You say red, but I don't know if it's just red or maybe meant to be brown.
Anime does shit, so
yeah, it's brighter hair anyways, lighter colored either way.
But this mom, or you know, I'll also explain it later. But so this mom gives a very emotionless blank stare. She gives us a faint smile, but it's like she doesn't care.
Good for you. Seriously, that's what I say whenever somebody says something I don't care about. Good for them.
Well, that's what anyone says. Like, I think that's just literally the go-to phrase.
Yeah. Yep. Anyways, like, we're seeing a new dress, and Fumiko in her preschool cursive is declaring that it is cute.
Hence the title.
Yeah. And let's go down there. Like, she's thinking her grandma. She's all like going like that. We flash forward again. With Fumiko's parents arguing, the mother is pretty much yelling at her husband. I want to tell her in no uncertain terms that she can't just show up whenever she likes. She's been here twice this week, and look at those clothes. I hate that style.
So basically, this mom has a thing against paternal grandparent, the paternal grandmother.
Yeah, the mother-in-law woes. But
well, this actually does happen in real life, especially sometimes with the. I mean, obviously we have the father and the maternal grandparents, but then personally, I've also known about the whole mom against the paternal grandmother or grandfather.
Well, it's always an in-law thing of either gender, really. But we see more of Fumiko's viewpoint. We see her running desperately to keep up with her mother. Mother just like screaming out, "Hurry it up!" Like, "Mom, wait!" And it's at that moment that Fumiko receives a grim reminder.
Holy shit! The mom's face is scary.
Like I said, she looks like a titan.
It's like really, but no, Titan's is smiling. At least this one looks angry.
And like the angry titan.
The angry titan. All right. So
and
then we go back to her mom, not her grandmother, who's braiding her hair.
Real quick. I only really noticed here, like, obviously some of these things are from Fumiko's viewpoint, but I only just realized the only time we see Fumiko herself is when she's looking in a mirror. Like when she's modeling the dress, and then in this scene where
Holy shit, you're right!
With the grandmother doing her hair in braids.
I did not notice that! Holy shit!
Yeah.
You're right.
And it's like, the grandmother pointing out that she's the one who dotted the name Fumiko.
I think it's because the entire thing has to be is completely from a point of view.
Oh yes, without a doubt. I mean, that's the idea. I only just realized that particular part of the gimmick just now.
Yeah.
It's like,
but apparently she.
Yeah, and it's like I said, isn't that a cute name? And then suddenly something prompts Fumiko to run off or go away somewhere.
Probably she got angry about something, or I don't know.
Or something upset her. It's hard to say why. I mean,
maybe by then her mom kind of conditioned her to not like the name or something. Who knows?
Yeah, there's probably something in between that black bar that separates the flashbacks here. And then,
well, I think it's Fumiko-chan's and her grandmother just being like really sad that she went away and shit.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe, I think that's like the last interaction they had. I think that's the last one.
Or close to it there, because that's the next flashback here, like her in a casket surrounded by flowers. It's like, come on, Fumiko, say bye to grandma. Like, bye-bye. And then it goes back again. It's like, come here. I want to talk to you. Sit there. It's important. Starting today, your name is Mari. Mari? That's right. Mari Yoshizaki. Try saying it. I'm Fumiko. No, that's wrong, says the Titan mom. You're not Fumiko anymore. Like, go on. Try saying it. I'm Mari Yoshizaki.
Tiger mom.
I'm still going with Titan because that next page, she's definitely got the smiling thing going.
Yeah.
Anyways, like when she finally does say her new names, like the mom starts clapping happily. Mari-chan, Mari-chan, it's a cute name, isn't it? Isn't it? And then the last part of that flashback seems to be Mari looking right in her mother's eyes, and possibly knowing true terror because at that moment she agrees. Yeah, it's cute.
This is psychological conditioning right here. Very, very, very scary shit going on here.
Well, it's been our long-running theory that she's got some kind of identity disorder. This
Yeah.
pretty much gives us the source.
Yeah. So yeah, we've had the split identity. I think that she caused between the Fumiko and the Mari, because I think this Mari personality was actually created, conditioned into being existence by her mom, whereas the Fumiko is the true personality that would have blossomed into a person, into something greater as she grew up. But unfortunately, she never had the chance, and so she kind of got converted into this Mari persona that's been basically a fake persona that's conditioned by her mom.
Yep. And then at this point, like that's when she finally kind of wakes up. Like Yori's like, "Are you okay?" And then we kind of see Mari's face for a couple panels, and then she starts crying, and that's where we end.
Okay, at this point, it's not a Sao. Come on, like there's no way it's a Sao anymore.
No, none whatsoever. There was any doubt before in my mind. This chapter removed it altogether.
Okay.
Oh. Okay, go ahead.
No, I'm just saying, like the reactions. Like this is not Isao being possessed by Mari. No, this is Mari reacting to her past.
Yep.
Okay. Like I cannot see her as Isao anymore. This is not Isao, and it never was.
Okay. Speaking of reactions, do you want to know what my very first thought was when I came to the scene of when I kind of read through this chapter, like right after seeing the grandmother dead and then her telling her she has a new name? What? My immediate thought: the mommy Titan killed the grandma. I don't think it's likely. I don't think it's likely, but my immediate thought on this was mommy Titan killed the grandma. Like kill the grandma, then you have to go on the run. You have to go on the lam, and then to do that, you have to teach the kid a new name. Like I said, I don't think it's likely. I'm not treating it as a serious theory. Yeah. It's just my very first thought.
Yeah. I think there's some issues that would have that. But also I forgot to mention one thing. When her mom was complaining to the father was kind of shown as like weak-willed. Yeah. Just like, all right, I understand.
Henpecked husband there.
And she's the mom's like, what do you understand? Tell me. What do you understand? Okay, so we know who's the the more dominant one in this relationship.
Yeah. No question about that.
You can see that the dad is. I mean, he feels like a creep now, but I mean, at this point, you just kind of like he wasn't. I thought he was a creep back then, but he's like, no, he's a weak-willed husband who's clearly been emotionally like drained from his relationship with this woman. Yep. And you could see, I guess now you can see why he's like the way he is now. Okay, now we go. I guess the biggest question is, well, I mean, I guess is this the same mom as we see today?
That's one point we're in disagreement on here. I think it is the same person, just because.
I think it's not.
I think it makes more sense of it though, because here's why. First of all, if it weren't the same person, why would she be giving her the name Mari?
Well, maybe because by that time the Mari persona has already been kind of like rooted into her psyche. So there's no point in bringing her back to Fumiko.
Probably, but then we also come back to the present, where present mom, as opposed to Titan mom, is where's first of all, like I said, we went over the chapter before we started this, like where she has that big old wide-eyed, spooky-looking reaction to Mari bringing up Fumiko, which means she knows. We're the same person now. She knows what Fumiko is.
I think she does know. I think it's one of those things where it's like, oh, don't remind me of back then. Like I think she knows the situation. Like, so I'm assuming that this is a stepmom, and what I think happened was that she knows that this, like something bad happened between the biological mom and Mari. And Mari / Fumiko years ago that the stepmom knows about, and she just wants to avoid having Mari remember all that. Yeah. And that maybe she feels that Mari is the safer personality to go with because that's the one that's like being in the forefront right now, the one that's the dominant role. And I think she just doesn't want Mari to like have a breakdown. Although that's kind of failed.
I mean, we've already had at least one.
But remember this.
Probably more going by the drugs.
Remember the meds.
I went back to that chapter because I wanted to see that too. I went back to that chapter myself to look at that.
Yeah, but here's another thing. The reason why I think it's a different character is because one, why would he go? Why would the author go so far as to change her appearance that drastically? Like, what was the point? Like, we're going to get people confused. And another thing is, why would they, when they introduced the mom back then, why such a dramatic reveal? I mean, in anime and manga, when you introduce new characters, that's how you do it. You introduce them first by their silhouette, then you post like a close up of their face or whatever, like part of their face, and then you show the whole thing. Like this is, it seems like he's introducing a new character rather than just reintroducing an old one.
You're right about that. Like usually when a character is introduced, their appearance does not change very drastically. Not without having it known about beforehand, or at least not without being part of some specific plot, like we've been discussing here.
Yeah, and again, the emotion this mom has, while both of them have been very distant when talking about the Fumiko thing, this one is just pure anger and yelling at the parent, at the dad. We don't see that from the stepmom at all.
Right. She seems to be the drained one here. You're right. You're kind of right about that, or at least I don't know about drained because like I said I need to reread. Yeah. I feel like the stepmom went through maybe she met this mom and she went through some crazy experience, and then this mom went away and this new mom stepped in, but she still had some emotional trauma from that. I think that I don't see them as the same character because I think there's too many. And the personality is still, like I think there's similar. Oh, you're breaking up.
In certain ways,
you broke up a little bit there.
When you see, I'm saying like I think there's still too much of a difference between their personalities to really say that they're the same character. Mm-hmm. Not to mention that again, the appearance is so different. I mean, I know it's like 10 years. And things can happen. Maybe she could dye her hair and and make it longer. I mean, in a different manga from the same author, he did do that with one of the characters where he had her short like red hair, and then she dyed it and it grew long, and she dyed it black and it grew long like 2 years later or something like that. So
I mean, let's say there's enough to kind of go either way on there, but I said right now I'm holding on to the idea that it's the same person. Like I said, there's enough similarity in actions versus appearance that I'm of the mind of that it's
Well, what has the stepmom done though? She just says, "Don't talk to me." Like I don't know who that is. That's it. I mean, this one when she thinks about the mom, the grandma, when she thinks about Fumiko, she gets really like it's a
defensive.
Little more extreme. Yeah, it's not. That wasn't what the reaction was, and even if you take out that reaction, I mean. Again, even you see this person arguing with the dad. You see her being like very dominant in this relationship. There's just too much of a dynamic difference between that and now, where the stepmom is kind of like, "Mari, I want to help you. Oh, dear, please don't do that, dear." Like she's doing. Actually, no, wait, no. What? Let's go back. There are pictures.
You're thinking of the photos?
Yeah. Can we see pictures?
I'm way ahead of you on there. I've been trying to pull up that chapter for the last couple minutes, trying to find chapter 51.
Yeah.
Let's see.
If we'll see how far back the quote unquote stepmom or the ginger or what, not the red haired one looks, how far back she's with them, because maybe that's can be important.
Yeah. At the very least, I mean, it doesn't look like the brother was around by that point.
Well, yeah, but the brother's too. It's not born yet. Although, yeah, is that even a full brother then? Maybe he's a half brother. Who knows?
Very probable. I said it's hard for me to say here, but I mean. Trying to look at this now. It's like towards the end of chapter 51. The one family photo we see does have her with the light hair together, all of them together.
I actually wonder, why was the mom walking away so quickly? Like, what happened?
Oh, you mean that when Fumiko is trying to run up to her?
Yeah. God, damn it! It's Sal, then Mari, then Fumiko. Pick a damn name.
Well, I said I'm just referring to Fumiko to the little girl as Fumiko.
I know. I'm talking the author.
Yeah. Let's see here. Yeah, the one picture where they're all clearly together has the short, light hair mother. There's Mari and the brother. Well, I can't tell if that's Mari or the brother, just because of the hat. Then with the cat, with father. One with what looks like Mari in a school uniform.
Do we not see the mom or the stepmom?
There looks like there's at least one there in the page. It looks like Mari's wearing like a uniform with a hat. Right before it shows her like holding her baby brother. Oh, sorry. Hang on a moment. Let's see here.
Yeah, you can't. Yeah. I don't know. Maybe there's a reason why she doesn't appear in all of them.
Yeah, see, let me get the right page here for you. Here, that's wrong.
But yeah, first off, we get full confirmation that Fumiko and Mari are the same person, or at least
there's no question about that. I don't think.
Yeah, not same personality, but same person. So yeah, and of course we are now arguing that this is the source, that the separation between Fumiko and Mari has caused probably some type of mental or disorder that has split identity, split personality, split personalities that kind of evolve into what we see now as Isao and Mari. I mean, again, at this point, it is not Isao. I think we can safely say that. I mean, we don't. I had someone, a friend of mine, you know, she's into Yuri, and she kind of argued, like, she's like, why don't they just admit it? I mean, everyone in the comment sections, everyone who's read it, basically knows that it's not they're the same person. But my response was, but the characters don't. You have to hold that pretense as long as the characters don't know, and you can't make the characters know because there's a lot of stuff that they have to go through that wouldn't work if they knew. The process of trying to figure out who Mari is can only work with her still thinking that she's Sao, because there's a curiosity that they need to fulfill. And then there's the Yori situation, you know, how she's trying to press for more Mari, and there's a lot of I just think that and then the dynamic between Yori, you know, maybe falling in love with this version of Mari rather than the old version.
Right.
I mean, again, all these possible scenarios and, you know, decisions, they don't happen if they both acknowledge that Mari is simply another personality. The pretense has to be there. The story would not be. The story would fall apart if they both knew at this moment, or if it was revealed.
I mean, you have, like I said, the characters have to be able to figure these things out themselves. Even if the readers figure it out beforehand, revealing it in the actual story depends on how. Tell me how you reveal in the actual story. It will depend on different factors.
Well, it's very clear that the author knows that we know. He knows that. So he's obviously showing it in a way where it's like, I know that you know, but the characters didn't know. So here is what I'm going to do. He's writing in such a way where we're getting what we want, which is an explanation of why Isao and Mari, you know, why the personalities were created. But he's also doing it in a way where the characters themselves don't really know, and they're trying to just find the original Mari. And I think it's a really nice way of doing it, because you shouldn't change the way you write because your audience, you know, catches up to what you're doing. Catches on to what you're doing, and you know, So I just think that, and you know, and look, the thing about the whole, I totally forgot what I was gonna say, but yeah, I'll leave it.
But yeah, so it's like at this point, I think we are both in firm agreement on Mari is definitely got some kind of identity disorder going on.
Oh, definitely.
The mommy titan is the source. Our big question right now is the mommy titan and the present mommy the same person?
Yeah. Oh, did you say? Yeah. I see.
Oh yeah. Actually, I only saw one picture of them together, like clearly with the mother there. So.
Yeah, and that's basically like that's recent. So. Because the brother's already grown up. But yeah, the mom is strangely not there. You notice that?
Yeah. So I don't know. Maybe you're onto something with this. Maybe you're
right. Woo!
I think it's too ambiguous to say for sure until we get some kind of confirmation.
Wait. Look at. There's one picture of a woman next to.
That's the one I was referring to, like with Mari in a uniform.
Yeah.
Like she's wearing like the nice little jacket, dress, and hat.
It looks like the hair is cut off right at the middle. You see that at the very end?
Yeah.
It looks like a short hair.
Yep.
I'm thinking that's a different mom, and I think with the way he introduced the new mom, this way, I think this is the first time he kind of introduced her. Therefore, this mom is the stepmom, or what we see is today.
Yeah, it's very, like I said, it's got a chance on there. Like I said, I'm a little more leaning toward it now. I'm still going to assume they're the same person until something says otherwise, though. Until something explicitly hints or says otherwise.
Yeah. Well, it makes me wonder: is it the mom who ripped the photo up
and then pasted it back together? And one thing I also like looking at comments for this chapter here and there.
Wait. Who says that the person who put it back together was the same person who ripped it up?
That's also very true. Yeah. I mean, maybe the mom ripped it and the dad put it back together.
Or maybe whatever was left of Fumiko or whatever, you know.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah. Also, on a minor quick note here is like in the commentary for this chapter, I saw someone make a. I don't know if it was in detail if it would be accurate, but I saw someone make a mention of narcissistic personality disorder in regards to the mother, in regards to the mommy titan.
You're not gonna let that go, are you?
I'm liking it 2 months now. No, I'm not.
all right. So, what about this personality disorder? Explain.
Well, it's like basically, it's like the way I just pulled it up on Wikipedia just for the sake of a quick one, hopefully not too jargon heavy. It was like, it's a personality disorder in which a person is excessively preoccupied with personal adequacy, power, prestige, and vanity, mentally unable to see the destructive damage they are causing to themselves and others.
All right, that's basically Fisher so far.
Yeah, and think about how the whole thing is like, her think about the. My thing about this, like, as well as like, is that very clearly the mommy titan hates the grandmother.
Yeah.
I mean, so much so, like, my impression on that scene where she's renaming her is like taking away everything that reminds her of that person, including the name she chose for her child.
Yeah, I mean, definitely. And I think, and remember that because the grandma has been a big part of Fumiko's life, I think changing her personality too, because Fumiko as a person was influenced by her grandmother. So by taking away that part out, you have the new Mari, the Mari that we know today.
I'm just trying to see if I can find that mention on here, see what else it says on that. Let's see here.
I think there's very few manga that actually gets me excited like this.
Yeah, definitely it's got a good plot going into it here. But like, basically, like, I can't find the exact comment right offhand, but basically it's summed up as, like, she wants everything about Mari to come from her.
Yeah. I think the one thing I was gonna say was like if the characters knew about the Mari thing, like if they came to conclusions we did, it would also break kind of the tone and the flow of the story.
Right. I mean, at least this way, like, there's still some time for them to work it out. So
yeah. I mean, they're gonna find it eventually. Oh, I remember now. I remember what I was gonna say. So we know. My point was that we know the ending, but it doesn't mean we can't go through the journey of getting there. So we know that we really basically know that Isao is just a personality creation of Mari, or Fumiko in this case. But that doesn't change the fact that we can't enjoy them trying to figure out how this happened, because we know what happened. Now we're trying to figure out how and why. That is the key. We know what, how and why are the answers, and other questions.
Yep.
So I think that is what he's going for. We know the what, and I think, but we still need to have the other questions answered. Yeah, and once we have those questions answered, is when we can finally finish the manga off at the climax.
Right. There's probably there's probably be some kind of confrontation between Mari and her mother or her father at some point on here. Yeah. Something's got to give at this stage.
Yeah. Also, the author needs money, and he eats food from the table, so obviously he's gonna spend some time doing other things, going different directions before finishing it, because
Yeah, so we're definitely on there. So like I said, I mean, anybody who, like I said, for those who watch these videos, like I said, give us your opinion on here. Do you think the mommy titan and the present mommy are the same person? Do you think they're different people?
Not. They're different.
Well, like I said, it's ambiguous enough that I'm not going either way on this yet. But it's like, what? Like I said, give us your opinions on here. Like I said, let us know. Do you have a theory that maybe we haven't come up with ourselves? Like I said, throw it out there. Let us see what sticks.
But if you want to stick with my theory, go for it. I'm not going to stop you at all.
Nor will I until something proves otherwise.
Yeah.
At any rate, anyway, this has been Inside Mari, a typical manga review of Inside Mari, Chapter 58. Cute! Go ahead and take us away.
Sounds like what Nico Robbins said. Bye!